In Barcelona ladies 6-0 away win over Logrono in the Spanish Women's League on Saturday. Oshola scored the visitors' 4th, 5th and 6th goals in the 54th, 70th and 89th minutes. She also provided the assist for the second goal scored by Alexia Putellas in 34 minutes. Oshola has now scored 19 goals in 19 league games for Barcelona this season, and the hat-trick took her goals to 11 in her last 6 games. The victory means Barcelona ladies remain unbeaten after 20 league games with 18 wins and 2 draws. They are top with 56 points from 20 matches, while Logrono are 7th with 28 points from 20 games. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi scored 4 goals as the male team thrashed Eibar 5-0 in La Liga at Nou Camp. Messi put 4 goals past the visitors in the 14th, 37th, 40th and 87th minutes before Arthur Melo added the 5th in the 89th minute. The win took them to top spots with 55 points from 25 matches, while Eibar are 16th with 24 points from 24 matches. Elsewhere, Celta Vigo beat Leganés 1-0 to move out of relegation zone. And that's it from sports, and that's the news. But before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. 4 lives in Edo. Christian Association of Nigeria declares January 21st Annual National Prayer Day. Do remember that to continue unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. KFM's News Dawn was produced by Nusahai Wadiai. I am Omoyo Ogbeide saying thanks for listening. Good morning.
Okay, so I'm going to translate that one because I know it. I know this one. And it means when it's sunny, I'll follow Jesus. When it's raining, I'll follow Jesus. I'll follow Jesus every day.
That's very correct. That's very correct.
All right, then thank you so much. My regards, and enjoy the Sunday. My regards to the kids.
Bye-bye.
All right. Listen, I know that one. I know. And it's one of my favorite indigenous praise songs. I'm serious, that song. I love that song. All right, 07062639275, 09039394427. But more phone calls right after this. This one is Abasi Sosogo, Gospel O, and Gloria Oku.
Worship you. Thank you, Jesus. Lift your hands and worship him. He's faithful. Jamie, I'll sing this song. Only you have done this type of things. Worship your majesty. Only you have done this type of miracles. Great Almighty God. It's only you have done this type of things. We worship you, majesty. It's only you have done this type of things. You are my healer, my keeper. Only you, faithful.
The time is 5 p.m. Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak on K92.7 FM in City. First, the headlines. Federal government says North rank highest in poverty and illiteracy levels. NBA says calls for sacking of service chiefs justified. Olisametu to lend feet on Tuesday over alleged 400 million naira fraud. On entertainment, Chimamanda Adichie hosts Hollywood's Lupita Nyong'o in Lagos. And in sport, Tyson Fury becomes new WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Details of these and more after this break. I am Esther Mohammed. Now the news in detail. The federal government on Saturday in Tesina declared that the northern part of the country ranks highest in the country's poverty and illiteracy index. Minister of State's Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Maria Katango, made the disclosure during the launch of the Industrial Training Fund, ITF Area Office Complex in the state. Katagun said the federal government has been creating initiatives that are directly targeted at not only improving the lot of the poverty-stricken citizens, but also addressing other numerous social problems in the country and the North particularly. The minister said illiteracy, poverty and unemployment in the North and indeed in Nigeria can be reduced by creating the necessary infrastructure for the capacity building of Nigerians. Also speaking, the Director General of ITF, Joseph Harris, said the new ITF aerial office is expected to boost the output of the staff and make the activities of the fund more visible and impactful in Katsina State. The Nigerian Bar Association has said the call for the sacking of the service chiefs might be justified, given the worsening state of insecurity in the country. The National Publicity Secretary of the association, Kunle Edun, said political leaders ought to listen to the people. The Publicity Secretary said he regretted violent crimes have become part of the daily reports from the media, adding that Nigerians no longer feel safe on the roads and in their homes. Edun said the unfortunate situation has led to Nigerians and organizations, including the House of Representatives, recently questioning the capacity and ability of the service chief to get Nigeria out of the woes of insecurities, hence resulting in the clamor for their sack. The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, on Saturday said the repatriated money looted by the late head of state, General Sani Abacha, would be used for the development of critical infrastructure. Malami said there was no form of agreement to hand over $100 million out of the latest recovered $300 million Abacha loot to Kebbi State Governor Atiku Bagudu or any third-party interest. He said Bagudu was pursuing separate cases in court in the United States and the United Kingdom to assert his right in connection with the Abacha loot. Malami also said Nigeria was also cooperating with the United States in the recovery of other assets, including corruption proceeds linked to ex-Petroleum Resources Minister Desiani Alison Madueke and her associates, and former Delta State Governor James Ibori, as well as several others. The Federal High Court in Abuja will on February 25th deliver judgment in the full year's trial of the former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Olisametu. Metu and his company, Destra Investment Limited, have been prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission on 7 counts of money laundering charges involving 400 million naira, which he was accused of receiving fraudulently from the office of the National Security Advisor, Sambo Dasuki, in 2015. Metu was also accused of transacting with a cash of $2 million without going through a financial institution, in violation of a provision of the Money Laundering Prohibition Act. Justice Oko Abang fixed Tuesday for judgment after the prosecution and the defense lawyers made their closing argument on November 26, 2019. Up next is entertainment and sports. Right after this break, please stay with us. Welcome back to Newsbreak on K92.7 FM Benin City. Over now to entertainment, where ace Nigerian writer Chimamanda Adichie hosted Kenyan-born Hollywood actress Lupita Nyong'o on Saturday, February 22nd in Lagos. The private reception hosted in honor of the Hollywood actress was attended by some Nigerian celebrities, which include D'banj, Richard Mofe Bamejo, Femi Kuti, Ebuka, Flavour, and many others. This is coming ahead of the screening of Americana, an upcoming drama miniseries by Adichie. Americana is a novel by the Nigerian author, for which she won the 2013 National Book Critics Cycle Fiction Award. It has been a passion project for Nyong'o, the Kenyan-born Oscar winner, who optioned the rights in 2014 after falling in love with the novel. Elsewhere, a former Big Brother Naija contestant Nina Ive shocked many of her followers when photos and videos of a private traditional wedding between her and a yet-to-be-identified man went viral on the internet. In an interview, the fashion entrepreneur insisted she would not reveal the identity of her hubby and that he is an extremely private person. She also waved aside claims that the marriage was a publicity stunt and that she was hiding her hubby's identity for fear of losing him. To this, she responded that only a man that wants to be snatched would be snatched. Nina also stated that her time at the Nigerian reality TV show had helped to grow her business. And now for some sports stories. Nigerians Elizabeth Iheanacho has qualified for the Taekwondo event of Tokyo 2020 Olympics game after she defeated former American champion Gabon's Audience Mouaga 12-5 at the African qualifiers holding at Rabat, Morocco. Iheanacho will be going to Tokyo as the first Taekwondo female to qualify for the Olympics since Athens 2004 Olympics and second ever Nigerian Taekwondo female practitioner after Princess Dudu to qualify for the Olympics. Benjamin Okumelsen narrowly lost 6-19 to Olympics silver medalist and former world champion Gabon's Anthony Abame. For the technical director of Nigerian Taekwondo Federation, Chika Chukwumereje, the loss of Okwomose was unfortunate. According to the rules, the winner of the bronze medal match will be on standby in case there is a doping violation by any of the finalists. British boxer Tyson Fury has become the new World Boxing Council, WBC heavyweight champion of the world. The Gibson King, as he is fondly called, sectionally stepped American's Deontay Wilder in round 7 of the rematch in Las Vegas after Wilder's corner threw in the towel. Fury knocked Wilder down in round 3 and burst his left eardrum with a powerful right hand. Wilder battled on bravely despite blood pouring from his ear and mouth until his corner stopped the fight in round 7. Meanwhile, despite insisting he would make no excuses, Wilder suggested he suffered problems in the lead up to the heavyweight rematch. The 34-year-old hinted he fought new WBC champion Tyson Fury with an injured leg. Wilder, who was given just one round between the 3 judges, now has 30 days to decide if he wants a third fight with Fury. And that's the news. Before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Federal government says North rank highest in poverty and illiteracy levels. NBA says calls for sacking of service chiefs justified. And finally, Olisa Metu to lend faith on Tuesday over alleged 400 million naira fraud. Do remember, that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. KUFM's news break was produced by Blessing Asekome. I am Esther Mohammed saying thanks for listening. Good evening.
To you for wisdom, we look unto you for answers, we look unto you for help in the name of Jesus. That at the end of this show, we shall say hallelujah. Thank God and listen. Thank you, Heavenly Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right, people. 8 hours of my time every day. And at the end of 30 days, you pay me. That is the agreement. The agreement is short term. It's not a long term something. So sometimes you might deceive in a relationship and 2 years will come by and nothing has been achieved. And you say, okay, I don't want anymore. Go your way. I want to go my way. But in the case of employment, it is supposed to have been nipped on the board, you know, like 3, 4, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months.
But Jim, you know some people,
Yes.
when they don't have a job,
Yes. Yes.
they keep on this particular job on a promissory note.
Yeah.
We will pay you, don't worry. Things are not that good now. You don't know how quick 2 years can go. But they do this with a hope. Sometimes hope is all they got.
Yeah, but I can't keep wasting my life here because you are giving me hope. You are not the producer of hope. Okay, so keep your hope and give me my money.
See, we should use this avenue to teach people, even if it's your brother.
Yes.
Like I have something currently going on in my family. Like there's a relative of mine who's coming in to Nigeria to set up a business, and he wants to have his siblings in this business. So he called me to seek my advice. I told him there has to be a written agreement. The terms upon which this business is going to run. You wouldn't say because they are your brothers.
Dr. Musa, that is still, that is a treacherous place. It's a dangerous place to be in.
First of all, if you have your family
Yes.
into the business,
Yes.
you must understand that you would have these challenges. Okay, but I told him they had initially tried doing something before in the past, like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. But it didn't work because the family member will come, this particular family member will come, go there and take money. This other guy will come. It's my brother that owns the place. You get? It's my brother that owns the place. And you can't say you are not going. You who's employed wouldn't tell the brother of the owner that when it comes, sure you get. So what I'm trying to say is we should teach people, whether it's your family, whether it's any place of work or business, there should be pen to paper. Even if it's for a 6-month period, sign something that you are employing me for this period. You are going to pay me this amount, okay, monthly. Sign it somewhere, go and keep it. If this guy who called earlier on for 2 years had something, then he can take up the action legally, like go to court.
With which resources?
Pro bono. Look for, there are lawyers who will do pro bono cases.
Pro bono, of course, there are pro bono cases. But for that, when they tell you, let the lawyers who are listening call me to tell me that Jim is a lie. If I tell you I want to fight a case for you as that, pro bono, when you get paid, we are going to share the money.
See, I'll tell you one of the ways they do it. You know, somewhere where I've been, so they'll tell you, no win, no pay. I'll take up the case. If I don't win the case, I don't get paid.
Yes.
So when I win, then we're going to get.
You are trying to put us on a pedestal with a society that is built.
No, Jim, there are lawyers listening right now.
Yeah.
If a lawyer says there is an issue, I've worked in this particular place for 2 years and I've not been paid, and the lawyer says, okay, I'll fight the case. When you're paid, I'm going to get 20% of whatever it is. What has it got to do with Western or whatever?
No, Dr. Nosa, in this part of the world, we are not so. The fact that there is no pen to paper, there is no written agreement, does not mean that you should exploit somebody else. Now, there are a lot of agreements. There are a lot of persons listening to us right now who are under different kinds of agreements, different kinds of employment and different kinds of relationship, that there are no pen to paper, in their arrangement. It does not mean that party A should exploit party B. That is where I'm trying to drive at.
If party A, Jim, decides to exploit party B, if there is pen to paper, party A and party B knows where to take their case.
It's not in all cases. It is the percentage of those who are able to eventually win the battle is small. So people may not even want to go that route. They may not even want to go that route, because sometimes you hear people, you will go to court, you will spend your money, and nothing still will happen. Is it not in this country? Hello.
Hello, good evening, Sergeant. Good evening, Dr. Good evening.
A very good evening to you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay.
So who are we talking to?
Remove the phone from your earpiece, please. Remove your earpiece.
Yeah, I've moved it. It's not.
Are you walking?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. What's your name?
Cynthia.
Cynthia, how are you?
I'm fine.
Welcome on the show, Cynthia. What can we do for you?
I needed the advice on something. So
okay.
It's about I've been. Okay, I've been following for quite some time now, and he has been last year. He has been, I don't know how to put it right now. Well, he has been giving some kind of funny attitude and all of that. So I got to discover that one of his friends, they were into somebody else, but I didn't really put it to heart. So I was just like, okay, fine, let me confirm from him myself. And then I called him. I was like, okay, this was what I heard from the friend. And I was like, who told you something that he didn't do anything like that? So I'm still like, okay, fine. So one day, he's doing a lot of stuff.
Hold on, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, to make the discourse easy, would you please be more specific? Do you want, if you don't want to talk about it, just tell me you don't want to talk about it. But for us to be able to advise you, it's good we know exactly what we're talking about. Did you catch him cheating?
No, I didn't. It was his friend that told me about it. I didn't catch him, I didn't do anything.
What did his friend tell you?
It was like he had somebody else that he was into, that I shouldn't but I should just relax and...
How long have you been with this person?
Less than a year now.
About a year?
Yes.
What was going on when the friend advised you, that he has somebody? Were you guys having some kind of issues then, or what? What exactly was going on?
No, the person, he was just chatting with me.
Does the person...
Nothing was actually going on.
Hold on. This person in question that was chatting with you, does he like you?
Yes. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't? You're sure?
Yes. We're just friends. He doesn't.
Okay, how long have you been friends? Oh, we're going somewhere now, I feel it. How long have you been friends with this person who told you this issue?
Like, I've been friends of high, not even...
That's what I'm saying. How long have you been high friends?
I really cannot think, but let's say 2 people since I knew him.
Okay.
Like when I knew...
Who did you know? Who did you get to know first?
My friend, before I knew his friend.
And these 2 people were friends?
Yeah, we're flatmates before in school then.
Okay, would you consider them friends?
Okay?
Would you consider them to be friends?
Yeah, in a way, yes. Yes.
There's no in a way friends. You're either friends or you're not friends. So would you consider them like, okay, because what you want to find out is, what is this guy's reason for coming to give you that information? What was his reason? We don't come to you to just say things like that. It's either we're trying to create a chance for us.
Okay.
Okay? It's either we're trying to create a chance for us. We maybe we are now seeing you and we're kind of liking you, and then we feel like, okay, you know, because what is his reason? Did he, whoever is talking about that your friend has, does he know the person?
Yeah, I know the person.
He told you about the person?
Like, the person in question now, it's one lawyer like that.
Do they know, does he know the person's name?
Yeah, he knows the person. Even when I asked him, I was like, okay, do you know this kind of person? He said yes, that he knows the person, but there was nothing around that ever happened between them, that he just knows the person.
That they've never dated?
No, that nothing like that happened.
Okay, so
my friend goes to himself. I've not even listened to what I was about to say.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, so I we should see and then talk. So we went to an entry class and like, okay. And we were like, okay, I've never given, I've never shown, I don't call, I don't give him time and stuff like that. And we are not so that when they realize when they listen like that. And I'm like, okay, no, I cannot do, even before we enter, like, this is so intense that I cannot do such a thing. I'm done with myself, so you just relax, like, the all is there. I don't know, I'm started doing up. So he now told me that he didn't do it, like, he didn't cheat on that girl there, feeling that he did something with, but actually, he had sex with somebody else, that he was sorry. I'm not like, I don't understand what is going on. He said he was sorry that I didn't force him to tell him, but he just felt guilty that he should tell me, and that was what happened, and he was sorry, and he was sorry. It was just, even though I was just angry, and I was like, everything to okay, but he kept on calling my friends, telling them that he was sorry that, that it was my fault. Around him and
hold up. Cynthia. Okay. Now this is what you do not want somebody, this the point you don't want somebody to get to. He did not do that because you did not, you had already said because he did not give him. No, he did it because he wanted to do it. He did it because he wanted to do it. Okay, first of all, take note of that. Don't even get, because that's a way he's going to get you to eventually, you already told him, this is how I want this relationship. Okay? If you tell us how you want to deal in the relationship, it is our job to do it or not do it. It's not your job. You don't want to do that. Okay? So he choosing to go out and do what he did was his own doing. It wasn't because you did not give in to his sexual advances or whatever. All right? And there is nothing like having your own convictions. As far as you have chosen this is how you want to live, anybody who is not willing to be with or to follow that what do I say now, Jim?
Code of conduct.
Yes, that you have already set up for yourself, it means they don't really want to be with you. All right? You don't have to reduce or lower your standards for somebody. No, you don't need to do that. You walk away. Somebody who's going to...
What's the issue right now? What's the problem right now?
I don't know if I should, I should give you a second chance and all of that, but me, I'm not ready for that one, so I don't know if I should just come to right now, or I should still give him a second chance.
Why does he want a second chance?
Because he was saying that he just from that, many talks,
so he wants a second chance to make right on the first chance.
He wants a Jim, stop laughing. He wants a second chance to make right on the first chance.
I think so.
You only get one chance to make a right impression. He's messed it up. It means that if he marries you, look, the way a person deals with Jim, what is it?
Dr. Sir, I will beg to differ. It is when before now, he has not shown anything, that points towards that direction until the friend had to, give out a false information, and he had to say, okay, no, that is not the information. This is the right information. It happened. This is why I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and I want to. No, Dr. Rosa, there is room for repentance.
Listen.
Yes.
If the so-called friend had not brought up this information, would he have come up to tell the lady this was what happened?
We don't know yet. The future is pregnant. So, Dr. Nusa, I'm seriously thinking that if he is honestly sorry for what he has done, then if God can forgive, who are we? She should forgive and move on, especially if she still loves him. Except she doesn't love him anymore, or what has happened is going to become like an issue for her. So from time to time, she's always going to go back to it.
Cynthia, how old are you?
24.
What do you want? What was it you wanted from this relationship? Is he he's the first person you gave the opportunity to?
Yes.
Is he able to give you marriage?
He said it, but it was like, I was going to tell him that after high school, I'm married now.
So you see, Dr. Nusa, this guy, although I've not spoken with him, but I think he's genuinely sorry. We all make mistakes. Stop looking at me like, oh God, stop looking at me like that. It's the truth. We all make mistakes. So now this guy has realized his mistakes and he wants it corrected. And the only way there is no other way to correct it. He can't go and rewind, the past.
Jimmy, here's my issue with that your presentation.
Okay.
If he had come to her,
yes,
and said, without, he had come to her on his own and said, I need to talk to you about something.
Yeah.
I have done something I ought not to do. I've made a mistake.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I would be more prone to toe this line you are.
Dr. Nusa,
if you have been caught,
Dr. Nusa,
you now decided to admit.
Dr. Nusa, have you ever delayed an information that you wanted to tell your wife? Something you wanted to tell her, but you were just waiting for the right time to.
Let's take more calls. I'm not even going to answer you first on that. My wife is listening right now. I'm not going to answer you right on that. Okay? I'm not going to answer you. But the issue here is this.
Yes.
The issue for me, I'm not saying she shouldn't give. Okay, Mr. Jim, you have to understand. If there's anybody who believes in second chance and third chance, I do believe in it. But what I'm trying to say here is this: she has to make sure this is not a trend.
Yes, that's where I was going to. Like, had it been he always had an history, of cheating or having his eyes outside or always trying to put her in a scale with other girls, so that's when I would have said, okay, just quit. This is just the beginning. Okay, more is going to come. But so far, or the chronicle that she has narrated, does not depict him in that light. Okay, every relationship has its up and down, and I think they are in the valley now. The only place to go is up the mountain.
I would have wanted to have this young man and this lady in front of me so I can know exactly where they're coming from. So if she's listening, if Cynthia is still listening and she feels that she can get the guy to come, then make the move. You have the number 08058475402. You can send a WhatsApp, you can connect with us, Cynthia, and then we'll be able to see and talk. But I just know that from the beginning, Jim, getting into a relationship, you don't compromise on your standards. It's important, because if at the beginning you start compromising on your standards, then at the end of the day you have no standard. She has said that I want to stick to a non-sexual relationship. I want to be non-sexual in this relationship until we get married. Now he has said yes. It means I am committed to you even before we get married. That shows the level of commitment they're both ready to put. Okay. Now, so if while the relationship is on, okay, because the girls who are going to be a temptation in your face, they're out there. They're always going to be out there. So if at this moment you're not able to fight it off, so what happens when you get married? Why do you think you're going to be able to fight it off when you get married?
Dr. Nosa, you could learn. I'm not supporting the guy.
Okay.
I'm not supporting the guy. Don't
Okay.
see it from that angle at all. What I'm just trying to say
Hello.
is give peace. Oh, hello. Good evening. Good evening.
Please step
Welcome.
away from your radio. Step away from your radio, please.
Put off your radio. Off your radio. Please,
Okay.
people, when you call, always put off your radio or
Completely turn it
Yes.
down. I know you want to hear yourself
can
on
call
radio
and
and
hear
sound. Some
yourself.
of you are recording yourself, but please, so that we can have this conversation. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Dr. Musa, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Biggie Wire from Mopa.
Biggie, welcome to the show.
Mr. Jim, good evening.
Good evening, Biggie. What's up?
Fine, sir. Happy Sunday, sir.
Are you actually big?
No,
Yes.
I'm fat, sir. I'm fat, yes.
Is that why they call you Biggie?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about the wire? How did the wire come in?
Oh, God.
Can you say wire?
Huh?
Okay, let's hear what you have to say.
Okay. I want to ask a question. For like a girl that dated a lot of ladies, for not fun, like now date a lady that the lady said they will marry, we will have sex. That kind of a guy, can a guy cope without that lady and let's stick with girl?
Why does he want to marry the lady? Is it the sex that makes him want to marry the lady?
No, like as the girl is the
It's the same
I mean,
thing. It's the same thing, Mr. Wire. Hold on. It's the same thing we are saying. When you have been a playboy and you see somebody that you want to settle down with, are you not able to now follow the rules and do what needs to be done?
Yes, very true. That is the love.
You have played around. Now you now see somebody that you want to be serious with, and then the person says, "I don't want to do this."
Oh, God.
Now that one make you want to enter the relationship, Biggie.
No.
You not go see other things.
I've seen many things.
You don't know say if now that one you first see go blind your eye from seeing other things.
Not be laughing at
That is true, sir.
Biggie, you won't marry.
No. I love asking questions. Mr. Jim, for that.
I know now. Me, I'm asking you now. You ask me, I'm asking you. Do you want to get married?
No, not yet.
Have you seen? Okay, right now you are still in the side of you are just taking it.
Restaurant.
Yes, sir.
Why? Calm down, oh. You know that. Even though I'm joking, okay, Biggie, I need you to understand that every action has consequences. You want to be careful that not when you now want to settle down, the consequences of your past actions now shows up in your face. So if you are old enough, you have a job, then be committed to a particular relationship, get married, settle down, and move on. There are more to life than sex. There's more to life than sex.
Very true.
Much more.
Very true.
And
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, Jim.
Thank you, Biggie. Now, Dr. Nosa, one of the consequences is this. I have met some men, they don't believe that there is a lady out there that has not messed up herself. They don't believe. When you they will tell you that you are the one that is deceiving yourself. They don't believe. So also some others who don't also believe that a woman should be with one man. Yes.
No, not necessarily. The woman should be with one man. She have multiple men.
Dr. Musa, they don't trust their wives. They just don't trust that this woman can keep herself for me as beautiful as she is.
But that is often the reflection of who you are.
That is what I'm trying to say now. Talking about the consequences. Because sometimes these people say,
okay, now I get where you're going.
You understand?
I get where
like,
you're going.
You know, which consequence? Which
I get where
you
you're
will
going.
never, you can never trust. You
haven't played all other women. You would think this woman, that's absolutely
to him
correct.
that
That's
is pure,
correct.
all things are pure.
That's
But
absolutely
to him that is also unclean too. Everything is unclean.
Absolutely.
So we must know that there
absolutely.
is, to every action, there is a reaction, either equal or opposite, but there is always a reaction. So
why is it difficult to just keep yourself to a relationship? Why?
The problem is this. After
you know what, sorry to interject
yes.
you. I want to have this open up until 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I want the people to call in and let's talk. Why is it difficult to keep to a particular relationship? Do you know that I was watching one of the documentaries. You know, I'm big on documentaries. So I was watching documentaries. First of all, you know that eagles, they mate for life.
Yes.
No wonder in referring to us as believers, we are referred to as eagles. Yeah. Eagles mate for life.
Yes.
But the eaglet, that's the female eagle, right? Mm-hmm. The eaglet does not choose
anyhow.
Because you can fly.
No, it does not choose. It does not choose you, Sandra. It doesn't choose you because you're an eagle. No, he puts you to the test. No. Do you know what they do, Jim? They actually put you to the test. They will pick up, let's say, an object, stick or whatever from the ground. They will fly to a distance and they will leave it. The eagle, is to pick that object before it hits the ground. If it hits the ground, you are not fit. Because I picked it up, and I picked it up from the ground and took it up. You should be able to catch it before it hits the ground. It puts the ego to the test. When it eventually decides, I have found my mate, they mate for life. So why is it difficult? You just cannot keep yourself. I'm not saying there are no temptations out there. We face these temptations daily. Like daily. I feel even sorry for this generation now because things are even worse with this generation. But at least, Jim, we still know people who, in spite of, they are faithful to their relationships. Why is it that before you go into the relationship, all the trust there is, you have already broken it? You have not even married though. You are still doing, suppose, dating or fiancé. All right? But before they even get to the place where they become exclusive, every single trust in the book has been broken. Why? Phone lines are open.
When you grow up in an island, you may not be used to a lot of things. When you grow up in New York, nothing's new. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome to Embody the Live Show with Dr. Nasser. My name is Jim.
Yeah, my name is Amos. I'm calling from Benin. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
Listening. Please, I just want to ask a question. Now, in scenario where two friends, let's say a guy, he wants to get married.
Two friends
and
are
at
doing
the
what?
point, hello?
Two friends are doing
Hello?
what? Hello.
Two friends.
Yes.
Hello?
I'm listening.
Two friends.
Yes.
Now, we are very close. Let's say myself and you, Mr. Jim, we are friends.
Yes.
We are not married. I am married. We are married. But I'm just thinking a scenario where we are just friends. We are bachelors. We are not married.
Okay.
But I now find, somebody I proposed to and decided to get married to.
Okay.
Then along the line, I now discover that you, Mr. James,
Yes.
at one time or the other, you people have dated before.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
You people have dated before,
Yes.
and you people have even met each other up before.
As in
Is that enough reason?
they have been intimate before.
No, dated.
You said they met each
They
other
were in a relationship before.
and they have been intimate.
Yeah.
They've been intimate.
Yes, they didn't have sex and all this.
Okay. All right, go on.
So now, is that enough reason for me to now back out of the marriage or the wedding plans?
Okay,
That's my question.
how did you find out? Question. You know how you find out about a thing determines how you handle it,
Yes.
Jim.
Did she tell you?
My wife
Did you
always
find
tells me
out?
this.
Yes.
If I find out from you,
So you keep it.
I can deal with it. Because finding out from somebody else, there's a whole lot of dynamics playing here.
Yeah.
Betrayal, everything. So how did the friend get to find out? Because if this had happened a while, and the two of them know that this one is actually liking this, and there is some kind of secret that had gone down between the two of them, and he didn't say,
Yeah.
something is not right there.
Yes. Yes. True.
Something is not right. Like, okay, if another thing, Jim, is if it happened before the three of them, the trio became friends, that is, I and this girl had met before and we've done whatever, okay, but I was not friend with this guy. It wasn't like we were already friends, okay. It was my past. It happened and then I moved on and she moved on, and then later I now get to discover that Jim, we are friends. So the day Jim introduces me to somebody he's interested in, I discover, oops, is this person I had once had a relationship with. That the dynamic there is also different. It is my responsibility, okay, to call my friend aside and tell him. Why? Because he will eventually find out. These things cannot be hidden.
Nothing is secret for
He
life.
will find out. Now, if he finds out, he will feel, and you actually stayed friends with me going on with this issue. So go out and just say, you know what, since this happened before we even knew, I and this person, we had history. We have history. Okay, what kind of history? This is what happened. He's going to be mad, he's going to be angry, walk away, but at least he's out there. He will process whatever needs to be processed and deal with it. But if you don't tell him, you are quiet, the guy is quiet, somebody knows the two of you.
In fact, there's still an intention for the two of you to be quiet.
Jim, there might not be an intention, it's just the fear of speaking.
Dr. Osa, it's not fear of speaking. When the two refuse to speak, now knowing what is at play, there is still an intention.
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Nothing is new in New York.
Good evening, sir. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
You're welcome to Onboarding the Live Show. What's your name, ma?
Okay, Glory.
Okay, Glory. Go on.
I wanted a visa. I collected your number. Somebody give me the number.
You want a what?
A visa.
Visa.
Yes.
Where do you want to go?
If it's Canada or
And then somebody gave you this number to call for a visa.
yes.
Who is the person?
No, I connected it online on radio when they were advertising it. So I called that. She did not give me this number.
Wait. You called the person and the person now gave you this number. The person that
yes.
the person that gave you this number, is he your friend?
No, she's not my. I just call her. She don't know me.
And then she just
Yes.
just gave you this number.
You are calling a radio station. You are calling a radio station, and this is not an embassy, so you don't give visa.
Wait, man, you need to understand. The
Yes.
person who called it, gave the number, is actually trying to embarrass this person. It's not nice.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Jim, why would somebody just do
People
that?
are just
Is it you want the visa? Call radio station. And she just called the radio station and said you want visa. You know, people like this can easily fall prey. You see how people can fall prey? People, I don't even understand.
Yes, it can be
You
exploited.
see how people can be exploited.
Yes.
So if actually I was someone who I was on air and I'm mischievous too,
Yes.
I will tell you yes.
Let's
it
call
will-
tomorrow.
it cost us 700,000.
Yes.
Then this person go and look for 700,000.
Yes.
Why are we vulnerable? Poverty is bad.
It's desperation. They want to leave.
I hear that's what to do. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
A very good evening to you. What's your name? and Where are you calling from?
Jenny,
Sir,
how are you?
I'm fine. I'm enjoying the program.
Thank you. Happy Sunday.
No, sir, I need visa.
Hey, Jennifer,
Jennifer, that's not that. What the word? That's just off. That's hitting below the belt. That's not even fair. Apologize right now.
Okay, I'm sorry, sir.
Okay.
Jennifer, you need Jesus.
Francis is listening. Francis, how are you? So you are supposed to be here today, but you have decided to. Jim, she has not come since Abby. When they all abandon you when I'm not around.
Lord is my strength.
Anyways, it is well. Well, many of you will say, Dr. Nusa, yeah, this is Dr. Nusa, I'm back, and I didn't want Jim to do any introductory technology today. So, yeah, we're really having a great time. One thing has stood out for me on the program tonight. You've got to be careful who you let your guards down for. You will eventually let your guards down. Let them down for the right person. One who would respect your decisions and one who would treat you right. I tell people, the way a guy gets you determines how he'll treat you after. If he gets you in the club, he'll treat you like a club girl. Now, when I say club, I'm not necessarily talking about a place now. I'm talking about the lifestyle. You understand? I'm talking about the way of life and things like that. Now, if he gets you with respect, with dignity, he'll most likely treat you with respect and dignity. All right? Okay, the phone lines are still open. 07062639275. 07062639275.
09039394427. 09039394427 and 0812-178-9154. 0812-178-9154. So, your question, the people are yet to.
Why is it difficult for people to be faithful in a relationship?
I've answered. That's my own share.
Hello, good evening. What's your name? Please turn down the volume on your radio. Turn down the volume on your radio. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, come from Jerry. Yeah. Now, the question you raised, why do people find it difficult, to
Yeah, go ahead.
stay? Yeah. There are several reasons, and I think you guys also need to look at some of those issues. First of all, there's the cultural, aspect in this part of the world. People generally believe that, these things are meant for men. Men can do whatever they like.
Hello?
Based in an environment where this was the story he was told from when he was a child. Chances are that he's not going to keep one woman. Even if he could, he probably never even explored that option, to see if it were a possibility. And in the process of people growing up, several things happen. There are people that have issues with abuse, and there are issues of sexual addiction. Sometimes all of these things that we just play with and think, oh, we can't stay without him, he's just always cheating. They are not normal. Some of those, most of those behaviors are usually not normal, and these people actually need help. Whereas nobody has told them that, look, you need help for this behavior, of yours. So, several reasons. And the other thing is that the conversation, amongst men is a very difficult. I'm talking as a man now. The conversation amongst men is a very difficult conversation. It doesn't even happen. Men gather to talk about cheating and to talk about adultery. Like it was just a joke. They gather at different pubs and beer parlors and this and talk about. When you want to get to the core of the matter, you don't find any man showing up. When you want to talk about those issues, because women are more open, by their nature, because they tend to talk.
What are the things you're saying men don't talk about?
Men do not talk about the issues that have to be said. Men don't. The conversation never ever exists. When you find those conversations existing, it's nonsense. You find them talking about it jokingly. Okay, arrange a program now and be genuinely call men and say, look, let's talk about this problem. This adultery issue, what is the problem? See how many men show up once, see how many men contribute. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Once it's a genuine conversation, it's difficult to find men to have a discussion. And I think we need to be looking at that aspect, that area. The first part is also that I think people like you who are in this industry, I found out that a lot of times in this part of the world too, the skills to teach people, the skills are usually not there, even within the church. So you have a situation where someone even opens up and says, look, I have this challenge. The pastor doesn't even have the skill to deal with it. All he's telling you is quoting scriptures and all that and all that. If you go to other parts, in the United States, for example, and now, in fact, there are people who are skilled, and I'm not talking about people who went to study psychology or whatever. I'm talking about ministries specifically linked, skilled in this area. And, when those people handle those issues and people find so-called, more like dealing with issues of drug addiction and all that. Yeah. So, it's a conversation that, needs to keep on going. But first, we need to get men to have this discussion. I am one, finally, so that I don't take all the time. I'm one that believes that a lot of things that happen in marriage, in relationships and all that, it falls back to the man. A lot of the times. Some, and also the women who go about, some of the women who go about looking for what is not missing, it's coming from somewhere. You have a fair-father relationship, you are looking for a father, you jump from one guy to another because you are looking for somebody who serves as father people. If your father had been there for you in the first place, chances that you won't do all these things, And so what I'm just trying to say is that the conversation is a very lengthy one. However, we need to know that it's a problem and the discussion has to happen. There are several reasons why people do these things. But majorly, in this environment, culture takes the front burner. Culture takes it front burner.
Are you married?
Yes, I am. I'm married.
You've got very salient points, and you're talking about very, very important things. It's one of the things that has given me a bit of concern. Men, we are taught from our childhood to hide our feelings. We're not taught to talk. In fact, a guy who talks, Jim, you're a sissy. You are, they are tagged. But there's a need to have these conversations.
Definitely. That's why I called that. I said that you are in that industry, you need to help maybe do a little more.
Amos, I put a program together once for couples. We went as far as, getting the venue and, paid and did all of that. And Jim, how many people came?
You'd be surprised, I can imagine.
They didn't come. They didn't come because, all I did, I even said, it was free, Jim, right? It was free, Jim. The place was free. It was free. All you needed to do was have money on you to take care of your wife you're bringing.
Yeah, so like going on a date.
Yes, but a lot of people didn't come. Although they said during the same weekend, I think Tupac. I said Tupac. Tubaba or somebody was in town. So, but if we don't start having these conversations, these are trends that will continue. We are teaching these things to our own sons and daughters, and you cannot be bigger than your past except you are taught. So I think with the things you have said, you know, I would like you to get in touch with me, Amos.
Okay, sir.
Okay, you've got.
I got this number.
No, not this number. You've got the number on WhatsApp via which you can connect with me directly.
No, I don't.
Okay, once you get off now, I'll give it on air. Just write it down. You can write it down. I want people like you to get in touch with me. Let's see how we can, even on a platform of 2 and 3 or 4 or 5, we can start having these conversations. And then we can see how we can begin to heal. There are a lot of people with inner hurt that goes all about. They don't know how to deal with the things. You know, some people they were never affirmed when they were young. So now they are craving affirmations, and you know. So we'll start to have this conversation and see where we'll go with it.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much, Amos. All right, for Amos and for everybody else, it's 080 58 47 5402. Again, 080 58 47 5402. You send a WhatsApp message. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been sending messages. It seems there's a particular day you gave the number out, Jim, and that day, God help me, there were at least close to 100 people. There were a lot of them that kept sending messages and wanting to join the both platforms. We have 2 platforms on WhatsApp, by the way. You can join any of them. We have the conversations going there. Although I'm thinking of having a platform solely for men, but it's going to be a platform solely for married men. And then I'll create another one. Probably I'll not be more active in that one. I'll have my wife and Mrs. Jim active in that one, just for married women, where they can talk about like issues. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. My name is Dr. Nusa, and Jim is right here with me. We're going to take a quick break and come back. The program is still on Boarding the Live Show.
Unburden your fears.
Isn't it amazing how life is one thing and then in an instant it becomes something else?
Unburden your sorrows.
How am I supposed to decide this?
Unburden your troubles.
Someone just talk to me, please, just help me!
And I'll be the one if you want me to.
When you feel downcast and rejected, and you have something on your mind, you need someone to confide in. Unburden it all with Dr. Nusa.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Unburden with Dr. Nusa on KUFM, Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m.
Say something.
Hello, let's talk energy. At Dynamax Solar International Limited, we are committed to providing you with cheap, personal, affordable, and efficient energy solutions. We want to help you set up emergency power backup for your homes and offices, hotels, churches, and hospitals. We can also help you set up domestic and commercial solar solution, inverter systems, solar street lighting, and more. We also have products that can help you reduce or replace your generators. We have batteries, solar panels, inverters, charge controllers, street lights, foreign and local poles, and more, all at wholesale prices. You can choose from our range of German, Indian, Korean, and Chinese products. Call us today for a quote. Our number is 0814-716-5811 or 0815-580-2321, or visit us at 101 Forestry Road, just before Dawson Junction, Benin City. Dynamax Solar, we deliver.
Hi, my name is Dr. Nusa, the host of Onboarding the Live Show. I'm going to need your support to keep the show going. If you would love to help us stay on air, please call this number 080-5847-5402. You can issue a check in favor of Onboarding, that is spelled UNBURDEN, or pay into the UBA account. The account number is 101-945-0121. Thank you very much. program is still on board in the live show, and Jim and I were having a very, very, very interesting conversation while we're off air. So I was telling Jim that it's a problem that men don't talk, and Jim says it is a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It's a cultural thing. You know, it's a Western thing for men to talk.
Yes.
But I was trying to make Jim understand that talking is a human thing. Okay, we may not have places to express the fact that we are less expressive. Okay, makes for. I do agree that once you start talking, light is shed into, situations, and you are better able to understand the other person, even in conversations, like in relationship. If the other person, if you're both in a relationship and the person is not talking, it's hard, it's difficult to have a conversation, especially when you're married to someone who is like a brick wall. You're talking and talking and talking. He doesn't know how to talk to you. He doesn't know how to get to you, or you don't know how to get to him. You don't know how to. You've done everything. You really want to get a conversation going with this person, but he's just like a brick wall. I've seen a few women who are dealing with men like that in relationships, and the first question usually is, how did you even get to marry this person? Anyways,
some of those men, they've also experienced abuse, when they were not younger.
But why can't we talk? That's the thing, Jim. Why can't we talk about, talking about the abuse, talking about whatever you've been through is a way of actually dealing with it.
Dr. Nusa, we don't know if it is called an abuse to start with. We only just know that, okay, someone can say my father was wicked. Someone can say my mom was mean. Someone can say that in my house we don't know those things as abuse. It is Western. That's what I was trying to tell you, just. It is very, very Western for you to say that I was abused. How did they abuse you? Say he was always beating me. I don't understand. They will even be laughing at you. They will even be laughing at you. So if you don't know that something is a problem, or this was the cause of the problem, then how do you deal with it?
All right, the phone lines are still open. 08121789154. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Benin.
What's your name?
Yeah, I want to remain anonymous.
Okay, go ahead.
What we are discussing about just went through it. Hello?
Okay, go on.
So I was dating a girl, and I told her that we should not be intimate. There should be no sex.
Okay.
And she agreed. Then she was still starving. After passing her, so I connected her to a job, and we gave her official residence. So now we were going in the relationship, and I discovered that.
Okay.
Hello?
Go on.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
So I now discovered that our behavior was not changing anytime, because I did call her every evening. So I now discovered that our response was not changing. So I now paid on scheduled visit to our residence. So when I got there, and what I saw, I could not believe my heart. She was as in a boy came to visit her, and I asked her, who is this boy? But I called you yesterday. You tell me that you have a visitor, or you have anybody. He was looking at me, and was not denied that they did anything. But I discussed with you. So this is the reason why your behavior was done. You will not be easy someone and all of that. But I know with some person, they say I should forgive her. Maybe she did do it and all of that.
Wait. Anonymous.
Okay.
First of all, this is a true story.
Okay.
I'm asking you, is this a true story?
He denied. He even swore to a Bible.
No,
he brought out the Bible. He was sorry.
What you are telling us now, did it actually happen?
Yes, it happened to me. That's why the reason I was just hearing you people because it's like
now I have
people are not saying.
Oh, no, I have a reason why I'm asking. Now they were telling you that you should forgive her.
Yes.
Who told you to forgive her?
Because my mom, my sister, my siblings know her very well.
What was the reason why you did not want to have an intimate relationship before you married? What was the reason?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, because of my faith.
Did she share the same faith?
Yes, sir?
Does she share the same faith?
We don't attend the same church, but I told her at the beginning, I don't want this thing.
Okay, how long was the relationship for before she eventually got the job and then before this eventually happened?
Immediately when she passed out.
No, how long was the relationship for before she passed out?
You said?
How long was the relationship for before she eventually passed out?
6 months. It was 6 months.
It was 6 months before she passed out.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now in these 6 months, what was your plan? What was your discourse with her?
You said?
What was your intention with her?
Yes, I told her initially, I said, this relationship, I want to marry you. I reached out to my parents, my siblings, and all of that. I said, I want to marry you. And one of my beliefs in life is that I don't want to go I don't want to do anything sexual to the girl that we married, but that will be one of the values that we have for her. I said, let me just speak to him. I will discuss it. I have no problem. What I saw, 4 days, I could not get myself. You understand? People I just see it's like only men that normally do it. No, it's just two-way traffic. Hello?
Okay, now what I'm going to tell you is you shouldn't be with somebody who does not respect the values that you have. Same things for a man is the same thing for a woman. I would say the same thing to a lady if she was one calling me and talking to me. So she already has told you where her stand is.
No, she told me say she's okay by it. I asked her twice.
She said she's
very problem and all of that.
No, I'm saying.
So
listen, okay. Anonymous, I'm counseling you now. That the girl already knows what she's doing is deliberate. It wasn't a mistake.
Okay.
It wasn't a mistake. I don't like it when people use that word mistake. It's not a mistake when you walk to the person's house. It's not a mistake when they undress you. It's not a mistake when they lock the door. It's not a mistake when they turn the light off. So what was the mistake? It was something you did. It was something she did. So
no, she didn't accept it too.
No, she said
he said the guy in question was working with the same firm. Because the firm she was working with gave her official residence. And I asked her, what is this guy doing here? He said the guy was not having any place to stay. You don't have any place to stay. Why is it this place? I've been staying here before. I was not just asking her so many questions because when I went there that morning, before that morning was about early morning, I said, let me just go because when I called that evening, the way she responded, I was suspicious because I have this spirit in me that if anybody is lying to me, I will know. I just sleep. Okay, let me just go. I didn't call her that I'm coming.
But when you got there, you saw the reason why she was fidgeting the night before.
Yeah.
And so what are you saying? What do you want? Oh boy. What do you want? Are you actually waiting for me to tell you to forgive her?
No, I'm just saying that. No, it's like people are not saying it's just a main issue. No, it's not. It's both one layer of feelings.
Absolutely.
I don't really know.
Absolutely. Well, it's unfortunate, James. Some people don't know how good they have a thing until they lose it. And I don't even understand. You know, this is the same thing you will be tired of. Like you were tired.
They don't know. You see, because Well, because they have not gotten it. It's like when I want to get something new, or when it's just like the first night you buy your phone. You don't sleep. You press the hell. You press the hell out of the phone. So that is the issue. Now these people, they don't know that it is something that a time will even come, eh?
Hello.
Good evening, Dr. Yusa.
Good evening. What's your name? Please call back. All right. We're saying that there's nothing like keeping yourself. There's nothing like keeping yourself. I was telling somebody, Jim. If you walk away,
yes,
intact,
yes,
your dignity,
yes, your head, you are walking with head
your
up high.
dignity is intact.
Head up high. Yeah.
Your dignity is intact.
Yes.
I don't want to do again. Oh really? Hey, yeah.
No,
no problem.
So safe, man.
But you don't mill the oil.
In fact, now the palm cane, now they process now to 1 million. So that such a thing. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome to Unbothered the Live Show.
Thank you. My name is Victoria.
Okay, Victoria. My name is Jim. Go on.
Okay. I have a question to ask.
Okay.
Actually, I'm married. Okay. There's this thing that is always bothering me. My husband, I want to find that if it's compulsory that when you get married to a man, you are always doing things to the family of the man, and they feel like telling you you are supposed to always do things or always visit the family of the man, while the man on his own will not want to go to your own family.
Okay.
You understand? So I want to find that if it's diabolical that when you are married, you are supposed to worship the family of the man.
When you use the word worship.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Let me put it in a more better way. That are you supposed to always go to the family of the man?
Look. This is not. First of all, the Bible says, for this reason, a man leaves his father and mother and clings to his wife, and they both become one. All right.
Okay.
Now, it's important for external family to be for smooth relationship between external family to help out. Okay. Yes, it is good. I grew up in a family where my mom concentrated on my dad's family, and my dad concentrated on my mom's family. Like, if anybody from my mom's family wanted to talk to my mom or seek some kind of favor from my mom, they would usually go to my dad. And then if somebody wanted, even my dad's siblings, they wanted something from my dad, they would usually go through my mom. This was how I grew up, and that is the way that I have become used to. Like, my wife's family is my family. Okay. Now, having said that, lady, it's important that you do not become a slave. Okay.
Exactly. That was my next question, because we just did Christmas and New Year about a few months ago. So during Christmas, I do go to my in-laws' house to celebrate with my mother-in-law. My husband, on his own part, has not gone to my father. It was after New Year. I was even insisting, because when we went to my mother-in-law's house, I told them that this is Christmas. I've come to your house to do Christmas. By New Year, I would like to go to my father's house. Okay. So my sister-in-law now said, have I not been seeing my father always? That I'm supposed to stay with their mother to celebrate New Year. My other sister just got wedded December, and she's no longer with my dad. And my mom, we lost my mom some time ago. So it's like my dad is just alone. I cannot leave him. You understand? So I had to go to my mom. The way they took the whole issue, the thing started irritating me. You understand? So I said, let me find that. I've been trying to call your line. I've been has been difficult. Somebody could speak. So that's why I said, let me call.
Okay, now what you need is understanding.
And wisdom.
Okay, what you need is understanding and wisdom. There is no particular way for me to counsel you. If I tell you don't do, it will be more problems for you. Okay? Now, does your husband listen to you?
He does.
Okay, I want you to talk to your husband about it. Talk to your husband about it. Express yourself to your husband how you feel. Now, if your husband loves you, I'm a man. The moment I feel my wife is inconvenienced by anybody, all my tentacles come out. I don't care who the person is. So if he loves you, he would listen to you, and then you tell him, okay, I am not happy. Express yourself to him, and then I'm sure because he loves you, he would want to do what makes you happy. So talk to him about it, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma, for calling. All right, the program is Onboarding the Live Show, and Dr. Nusa and Jim, they are both in the house. 08121789154, 09039394427, 07062639275. Now you can reach me, you can reach us via the WhatsApp line, okay? 3 lines I've given you so far, 3 numbers I've given you so far are studio lines. But if you would like to get in touch with Dr. Nusa, you'd like to continue, you would like to know more about this program, you'd like to advertise your goods and services, your product on this program, you can get in touch with me. 08058475402. That is 08058475402. You send me a message, or you want to be part of the onboarding platforms, the 2 groups we have on WhatsApp. You want to be part of either of them, you would send us an invite, a message, we'll ask for your name, we'll add you up and then add you onto the platforms, all right? Okay, 070-6263-9275. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Joy, coming from Benin.
Joy from Benin, welcome on the show. What can we do for you?
Please, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Now, we're talking about sex and they say men not being faithful.
Okay.
Or the reason why they behave the way they do. But my question now is, I don't know, let me put it another way now. Since we're talking about sex and things like that. Now, I want to ask, these things we are told or we are taught when we're growing up, like girls, keep yourself, don't allow a man to have sex with you before marriage. Let's say sex is before marriage. And we are taught that it's the best thing to do. We are taught that the best way to live. You marry your husband and happy life after them. But now I find myself in a situation that I actually told that line, but now it's not so very new. Like I'm regretting the whole thing. It's like I was deceived. Let me use that word.
Why?
Because right now, hello?
Go on. Why? Why are you thinking?
Yes, because I'm in a marriage where sex is something. It's not a topic for discussion. It's not sometimes 2 months, 3 months we don't meet as man and wife. Like it's like something that if I look at my husband, he's living a normal life about it. He doesn't even talk about it. It's not something. I don't know. Like it's really crazy.
Okay. Have you brought this to the table before?
No.
Okay. You have to.
But I don't understand the table you mean, like to him.
Yes. Have you discussed it before?
Yes. Over and over. I mean, like you change. Naturally, it's not just it's not like not like okay, maybe he goes outside, maybe with less satisfaction from outside. But now we begin to find out that that's.
Now, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Joe.
He's not just a sex person. Like he's not just in his. I don't know. It's not just even something of interest to him at all.
Okay.
So, but it's affecting me. I don't know what to do.
You have to talk more about it. That's one. Number 2, she is now. There's something that some persons are not paying attention to, especially in the men. The place of stress. affecting your libido. People don't see sex is not something that we can't.
Jim.
Yes.
Okay, they have the conversation. Is that what she said?
They are not having it.
Okay.
She's just complaining
to who?
To the husband.
That
the sex is not enough.
Okay. What has she done about that?
Complain more.
No. See, ladies, let me educate you a bit. Men are people. Men are visual people. We are visual people. What is wrong with you, Jim?
You hit the nail in the center of the head. That's like.
Men are visual people. That's what women don't understand.
Yeah.
It's not complain.
Yes.
First of all, like you said, actually, choose your time, choose your moment to attack.
Yes.
You don't attack when he's just coming from work and he's all worked out, he's all tired. Give him food. Let him sleep. By 4 a.m. Wake him up.
When the energy is high. Oh, Jesus. My God. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Wake him up. Tell him, all right, there's no way he will complain he's tired. He has had some sleep. Wake him up and then tell him, I need to talk. First of all, when he sees you, that conversation is over.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk. Let's get to the business of the day.
Yeah.
But when you are there complaining, okay, because women need to understand, Jim, the girls outside, they are not complaining.
Yes.
They are putting themselves out in their face. They are putting themselves in the faces of these guys. First of all, the way they comport themselves. If he's thinking about you, and the first thing that comes to his mind is that you are going to complain, you are going to nag him, he's not coming to the house, and even when he enters the house, he's not in that frame of mind.
Yes.
So give him a surprise. Let him enter the house and don't talk. Oh, the food is on the table. Are you sure she has not poisoned this food? Oh no, darling, everything is fine. All right, cool. He goes to sleep, and then find a way. Look,
Dr. Sir, you don't even have to wake him up by 4 a.m. Okay? Now, what I wanted to say then was sex is like an act. It's an act. You have to prepare. There is a script that you follow, and there is a way of interpreting those things written in the script. Now, if first of all you know that men are visual, and something always attracted him to you, what do? You always put yourself in that particular state that you were in before that he was attracted to you. Now, another thing, there are a lot of things you have to look at your body, how you carry yourself, how you package yourself before him, your body spray, for example. You can't come sweating from the kitchen except maybe he's already head over heels already, and then you can just come out from the kitchen and he doesn't care. But now, since you are trying to lead him somewhere, you have to be deliberate in every move. Everything you are doing, you have to be deliberate, because there is an overall goal you are trying to achieve.
But Jim, some houses they don't have joy in the house. Some houses, they don't have joy. They don't have, for intimacy to thrive.
Yes.
The environment.
Yes.
Has to support it.
Yes, true, very true.
Okay, like if you come home and there's pent up anger, transfer of aggression, you are angry, intimacy is to be enjoyed. It's a gift of God to be enjoyed in the marriage. Sex is not a sin.
Those I say that again, let them hear, please.
People need to sex is not a sin. Sex is a gift that God gave in the marriage environment to be enjoyed.
Yes.
It is a sin when it's done outside of marriage. Okay? Yes. It's a sin when it's done outside of marriage. So people need to understand. They even in church and places, they give the notion that sex is bad.
Yes.
Sex outside of God's God has given us a boundary, an environment in which we should enjoy it. Okay, so what you should do is, if your house has got a lot of issues,
Distractions.
you know, some people are just quarreling for, you can't tell the reason why they are quarreling. The man just enters the house, the anger, some men even find succor, they find peace when they are outside.
Yes.
They express themselves, but once it is closing time to go home, there are issues. So first of all, you know, you have to, you know, okay, I'm trying to, okay, somebody's writing me and saying, really, it's only the women that have to do all this. What does the men need to do? Somebody is saying the women will cook, will clean, will work, take care of children, care for the family, care for the husband, care for the husband family, care for the people unborn in the husband side. And then who cares for the woman? Is she a slave? The man is just to stay and do nothing.
Who is saying that?
Somebody is asking me. That's not what we're talking about.
Who is saying that the woman has to do all that?
That's not what we're talking about.
Part of that is part of the problem. Now she's choosing to see our perception. She's trying to see now that we are saying that the woman has to do everything and the man should just come and enjoy. That is part of, in conflict resolution, this is not the means to an end. You cannot get a solution like this. There is no closure that can come from this. Nobody is saying that you have to do this, you have to do this. All these things that this person just mentioned now, it's not going to be done in one day. For example, it's not a one-day thing. Now, the man normally is supposed to provide for his family. That is his responsibility. Whether there is no way you are going to, the man's responsibility is to provide for his family. And the woman's responsibility is to manage. She is in charge of administration. In administration, there are a lot of things involved. So you can't say that, okay, the man cannot, when the man now comes home in the evening to start telling you how he makes his money. Do you know how many people that has insulted me today because of this, and now you are wasting it? That man is a woman.
You know, Jim,
Yes.
when a man enters the house,
Yes.
and the first thing he hears from his wife is, "Hey, my dear, how was work today?"
That calms his nerves.
How was work today?
Yeah.
Before he goes, you know what I'm about to say now. Some people say, "Yeah, what can you say?" But the truth is, how was work today? It was very stressful. It's okay. You don't have to have more stress when you come home.
Yeah.
This is your place to relax.
Yeah.
This is your place to be treated as a king.
Yes.
Do you know what you have just done to that man? Don't worry about anybody who talks to you anywhere out there. Here, you're my king. Sit down, let me take care of you. You sit down.
Ha. That's
You
a
rub-
blank
you
check.
rub- you rub-
That's a blank check. It was
Then you're in another room. You rub his back. You rub his back. Yes, some people say, but the woman also went to work. Yes, she went to work too. You went to work. No, we can't stereotype relationships. That's where I have problem. They say the woman does it, the woman does it. What does the man do? You are trying to stereotype the relationship. Look, okay, women can only be women. We cannot be women. A man cannot be a woman.
It's not possible.
A woman has got the touch. It is only a woman that can calm down the nerves of a man.
Yes.
No matter how tired the woman is, there is a look the woman will give the man. The man knows that, okay, it's going to be all right. But if you also make your house a living hell, the man will be finding it difficult, to come home. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is only Three Wise Man. Okay. From Richard.
Three Wise Man. Thank you, sir. Sir Pepe.
Sammy Berepe, how are you, sir?
I'm sorry, good evening, my brother.
Good evening, sir. Happy Sunday to you.
I need to appreciate my brother. He sits the hospital when you are not around. He tried and he tried, and but they had to put you inside trouble, but God not allowed for 3 weeks ago. That won't matter. I know Jay will tell you later. But today's topic we are talking about, when the righteous authority to go to churches, and you can a good family, a good woman, you never regret of marriage. And when you can be one of the equal, you will regret. How far the equal is that? No matter how you do to them, they will never be contented. So, as you see, good woman, we also have many bad women. So, they have the good one among them inside the excellence. So, like somebody was just saying, I to I want to say that if you cannot make it point, if you have to package your home, take them home, imagine a man who move out of house from one to evening, that came back at the end of the maybe around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you want to eat the soup. You want to empire. What do you think will happen next? Everything become problem. So I want to use this to advise our women. Try and learn how to package your husband. Yeah, you don't look at that. You are welcome back.
Thank you very much, Happy Berebe. You know, I'm trying to, package your husband. Is it more package your husband or package yourself?
Package your husband for yourself. By doing that, you have to package yourself.
You see, I do understand what people are saying, you know, like, okay, what about the woman? The woman is often being neglected in this conversation. It seems like we make the conversation, you know, just about men. First of all, don't forget, it's a woman that started this conversation for us today.
Exactly.
You know, a woman who's been going through, and the man don't seem to be interested. So we're saying that for this case, she has the power to turn him.
Yes.
To turn him around.
Yeah.
There was something she did. There was something he saw in her that triggered the attraction. She should find that niche and go look for it and go do it. Yeah. That's what we're saying. We're not saying, hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from? Welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you. You are welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Just because of that, I want to say hello to you. You are welcome. Your deputy has been having the program very effectively. So as I hear your voice today, I said I should call and say thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Deeply appreciate you, sir.
Please extend my greeting to all members of the crew and your family.
They will hear, sir. Thank you very much.
If I have something by the grace of God, that is my plan, my thought, and my hope, that it may no amount how little it is, I will make my widow's life to Jesus.
Thank you very much.
Something by the grace of God.
God bless you, sir.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. I want to say a very good evening to Mr. Uwangwe. I hope you are listening. God bless you, sir. Thank you for your support. Okay. Next tomorrow, the 25th of February, it's actually my birthday, the 25th of February. So if you all on the 25th, I'm not going to tell you what to do. If you can send me a message on WhatsApp, I will tell you where to send the things that you should send. Okay, you know, you can send the cars, send the landed documents, send the just I can give you send the bank alerts, send those kind of things. Not card, no card. We don't need card. We don't easily. We can read. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm celebrating with all the people that are born in February. So a big congratulations to all of you and happy birthday. Yes, the 25th, it's my birthday, and I know that you're all praying for me and thanking you all for your support. But seriously, if you get in touch with me on WhatsApp, I'll tell you what I need. We do need money to support the program, to keep the program on air. That's the only, what I would request or require from all of you to make sure that the program does not get off radio. Okay, let's keep the program going. You have businesses, you have things you can do to put on the program, to make the program stay on air. Do your part. I know God is raising people for this purpose. Thank you so much. Right? Okay. Let's go. Let's take as much calls as we can in the next few minutes. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Osayamo. I'm calling from Ikodahi.
Mr. Osayamo, welcome on the show, sir.
This is my first time of calling. Hello?
This is for you, sir. We welcome you to the family.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I'm really enjoying the program. What I want to say is that the woman has at least about 70% role to play on how the family comes out.
The woman?
Yes.
70%?
Yes. Despite the fact I know that the man is the one providing. Because no matter what the man brings from outside, if the home is not a fertile ground, it will not be a place that can grow and blossom and make a healthy family. So it is how the woman wants her family to be. If she wants the family to be a living there, that is how it will be. From experience, no matter how difficult a man is, no matter how stubborn a man is, with the subtlety of the woman and a very wise woman, it really takes time before that woman will break the man down. But if you want to continue to be fighting, trying to terminate the headship of the family, or try to disrespect the man, at the end of the day, you have nothing but a broken man. So, no matter what happens, the woman in the home, like what the other colleague said, the woman is the administrator of the home. If I still have time, let me just give you this true life story that my father told me. He said, during the 80s, when we were going out, having a girlfriend, that there was this particular friend of theirs. Among them, he was the richest. He was.
Hello?
Hello.
Turn down the volume on your radio.
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, what's your name?
I'm Osas from Ekewan Road.
Osas from Ekewan Road.
Yes, sir. We tried this number for a very long time.
Okay, you have reached us now, Osas. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. I have something that is so very worried to me. That is so very worried to me for a long time.
Okay, go on.
Okay. It's just that anytime I just start to. Hello?
I can't. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Michael. I'm calling in from GRA.
Michael, welcome on the show. How are you doing, sir? Well, Michael, you will need to call us back. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Alex. I'm calling from Saple Road.
Alex from Saple Road. Welcome on the show. What can we do for you?
Okay, I have something that I need you to make some clarifications about that I think will be more helpful.
Okay.
Now, if you have a man and a woman in a marriage and there's domestic violence, I think what
a personal note, my personal opinion, even though I'm a Christian and I believe in no divorce, I do say that it is better that instead of living your life, you better quit. But there's one problem, one issue that I see there that causes some sort of controversy. That person quit. The Bible says you shouldn't remarry again. What do we do at this point that this person knows, this woman knows that this man after it is he will kill him? You understand? And now you decide to say, okay, to save my life, let me leave. Can that woman remarry?
Okay, by our scriptures and by our tenets and what we believe, there's always a room for reconciliation. But if there's no reconciliation, she can't be married because she is already married before God.
Yes.
So the thing is, she has to stay unmarried
for all the rest of her life.
Yes. Or if the man then dies, then she's free. But as long as he's alive, then she has to stay unmarried or be reconciled.
Okay, but if at this case, maybe this person is like 29, 30, 31. So now this is we don't have fault. There's no reconciliation. It's obvious that this man is going to kill this woman, or this woman is going to kill the man.
Look,
the man decides to
look.
If the man, if the person, the woman decides not to marry and she's now committing sexual immorality, who do we hold responsible?
Anybody who the scripture also lets us know that anybody who goes into her is committing adultery. So the Bible is fully covered. But the thing is, if you're going to be that's why I advise people that you must know this person before. I mean, there's no way you can know them 100%, but at least have an idea of what this person is all about. Some people they want to get married, and I ask them a simple question: have you ever seen this person angry? And they say no.
It does not get angry.
They say it does not. They say it does not get angry. That's the answer I get. They say it doesn't get angry. Oh, it doesn't get angry. And I tell them, you do not know the person. There's nobody who does not get angry. What you want to do before you get into a relationship is, how does this person deal with their anger? That's the question. It's not if he gets angry or not. If they have coded or kept their anger away from you, it means they are hiding something. They are hiding something. So let me come back to your question, so I don't veer off. Now, you if life is being threatened, she has to walk away to save herself. Okay, but she cannot get married. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Sai. Calling from Benin.
Okay, Osai, go ahead. You've got 60 seconds.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk to Dr. Nusa.
You're talking to Dr. Nusa? What?
I just want to tell him I've been nothing on shows.
Okay.
Is he around?
Yes, he's around.
Okay. Dr. Nusa, good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam.
I guess you know who's speaking.
No, I don't know who's speaking. No.
Usai.
Oh.
Now you know.
No. Hi, how you doing?
I'm very fine, sir.
Oh, wow, that's good. That's good.
I just have to call you. I'm aware that you're back.
Thank you very much, Osai.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. Have a good day. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Yes. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, sorry, Trevor may need to call me back. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Precious and I'm calling from Obo.
Precious?
Yeah.
Okay, Precious.
Sorry, I have a little bit problem that I want to confide with you.
Okay, Precious, we don't have a lot of time, so you have to be quick with this.
Okay, I have a fiancé, and he's this type of man that sets away as a goal.
He said
he sets rules as a goal. As in, his decision has to be the last, the final say my idea sometimes doesn't matter. Even to an extent, he went to a boutique, he wants to buy something from me. He said it's what he likes that he will buy for me. And this is becoming a problem in the relationship, and I don't know how to tackle it.
Have you married him?
We are going to be getting married for April.
Have you married him?
No.
That's how to tackle it. Don't marry him.
Really? Okay.
How else are you going to... Whoa. Okay, so you don't just walk away and say, what is... Listen, you already know this kind of person, this is the kind of person he is, right?
Sometimes he takes my decision, but my decision has to be last resort.
No, wait. You say sometimes even the things you'd like, he would want to buy what he likes.
Yes, he would want to buy what he likes.
You know this is the kind of person he is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you cope with this person for the rest of your life?
I'm trying, but I don't think I can.
No, darling, come on. Answer the question directly. I'm asking you the question directly. Can you cope with this person for the rest of your life, knowing that you're going to be in a relationship where your say does not matter? You're going to be in a relationship where you don't almost have nothing to say about. Can you be in that kind of relationship?
I can't, honestly, I can't.
You can?
I can't.
Okay, you can't stay in that kind of relationship.
I can't.
You can?
I can't. I cannot.
Okay, now, so if you cannot, that goes your answer.
Okay.
All right. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is James. I'm calling from Mubawa.
I didn't get your name.
I said my name is James.
Okay, James, you've got 30 seconds. Go.
Okay. So I want to get something that worries me. I want to tell you.
Okay, go.
The girl lady when I was admiring, but that lady is set position and it's always busy. So some both of us to see one-on-one. I've not seen the chance, and I write a letter to her. When I saw her from Benin, I was like, after her, how was it? Tell me the reply of this thing. You say you have nothing to tell me. Say you have nothing to say. And I was worried. I'm trying to see her, no chance to see her. No, I'm just confused. I said, let me call you so that you give me the advice of it.
Why are you confused?
Because the letter I wrote to her, it has not given me a reply.
You write the letter to her?
Yes.
Okay, when you wrote the letter, you sent it, by somebody. How did you get the letter to her?
Sorry?
How did you get the letter to her?
I went to their shop, and when I went to their shop,
and you dropped the letter,
and her sibling is there.
And
when I tried to talk to her, she said she was busy. I called her and said, I have something for you, and she collected it from my hand. I gave it to her.
Okay, so you gave her the letter.
Yes.
And you are not sure if she has read the letter.
No, but the last time I saw her in this Uniden, I stopped her and asked her about the letter. She said she had read it, but they have nothing to say. They have nothing to reply.
She's not interested in the relationship now.
Okay.
She's not interested in the relationship. Otherwise, she would have replied the letter since.
No problem.
Okay. It's kind of that people still actually do write letters these days. It's very interesting.
That can show you
how much effort he's putting into it.
Yes,
you can even hear from his voice like how, but the lady is not just fair. Like you just read the letter and just dump it. I'm sure she'll be laughing somewhere like like letter, seriously, It's not nice. Just tell the guy that I'm not interested. I feel sorry for men like this, very innocent men like this. Hello, good evening.
Hello, Dr. Nusa.
Call ye.
Yeah, both are.
Who are ye?
Both now.
Call ye.
Aye, wa mo ma fo a.
Ye mamu wa for we agwalo ayobe ba obey ha ayagwalo. Go ye.
No, I think I want to go.
Yes, ma. Yeah.
Okay. So,
thank you so much.
let me keep trying.
Thank you so much, ma.
I live in me. Now, yeah, well, I didn't be me.
You can't. Okay.
I didn't be me. I don't know. Man, no fear.
Okay.
More than 5 years.
Okay, I'm gonna be praying. I will be praying about it. Article the WhatsApp line. We made the WhatsApp line. Okay, so I want you to send me a message on WhatsApp. Okay. There's nobody around you that can send. Okay, do me the WhatsApp. Do me that WhatsApp line. Who call it?
Okay.
I call it. My staff at the office will get in touch with me.
Okay.
What's the? Hello, good evening. Hello. All right. 7:55. Let's take one more call and then that'll be. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
What's your name?
Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, sir.
Yes. What's your name?
My name is Jerry.
Jerry, go ahead.
Yeah, I know there's so much time. I just want to ask this question. If somehow somebody has issue with his body, and he decided to get married, and now maybe for instance got married with somebody that because of the sex attachment, and the girl doesn't know about the condition of the girl. What is the risk for the girl to get to marry that kind of person?
Does the boy knows that he has problem with his body?
Of course, he knows. That's why he just.
That's why he tell the girl say no sex before marriage.
Yeah.
That's why he tell the girl say no sex before marriage.
No, he didn't tell the girl that there is no sex before marriage. And the guy is trying to help himself out. No. He has to tell her, because that will be deceit. He will be deceiving. If you deceive such anybody to marry you, even before God, that marriage is not recognized. So if there is a challenge, tell the person, say, I have this challenge. If she loves you, she go join you, find solution for that challenge. All
right.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That's the much we can take this evening. I want to say thank you to everyone who's called in. I wish I could remember everyone, but I remember the few. Osayi, Cynthia, everybody who has called in. Jim, you remember everyone? Hey, Jim. Jim.
I think from next week, I've been leaving you so that you will come, because when I'm in the studio, we do more talking, and those who are calling up, they struggle to try and reach us, and they are not able to get in. So maybe I'll be doing the listening from home.
Is what are you saying? You'll be here on Sunday. So you are saying that when I'm here now, we don't take calls.
That is what I'm observing.
No, we are talking about serious matters. People are talking about conditions and talking about things that are of interest and of importance. Okay, well, people, that's the much we can take this evening. It's always a pleasure. It's always a blessing. One I do not take for granted, being able to connect with you every Sunday here. Thank you so much. And Jim, thank you for always stepping in and covering up for me. And thank you for being a very, very trusted. They say you're always fast when you're on the mic. That's what somebody just wrote. That's why you think you take more calls, because you're always fast on the mic, quickly to disperse the people.
Come on! Oh, good Lord! Are you serious?
And that's what they said.
Where's my wife?
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I know your wife is here. It's okay.
It is well.
It is well. All right, Mrs. Jim, thank you so much for coming in. You know. My dear, the message you are sending to me is a forwarded message to my able chairman. It's a forwarded message. Who is sending you that message? You are forwarding to me. Copy and paste. It is well. All right, the program will be here next week Sunday. Jesus tarries. Stick with us, or get in touch with me via WhatsApp. Let's have a discourse on how you can be a part of this program. It's reaching out to lots and lots and lots of people, and trust me, your businesses will be out there. My name is Dr. Nusa, and Jim, thank you so much again.
Thank you, boss.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for your blessings and your grace that is extended to us every day. Thank you, Lord, for the program tonight. Thank you for granting us grace to be able to do the much we have done. You are actually the celebrity, and we give you back all the glory and praise. We bring everyone who they've asked us to pray for their needs, especially the last caller who did call, talking about problems with the body, and everyone who's asked us to pray for them, we remember them right now. We ask, Lord, that you will touch them. I believe you still perform miracles. You will touch them now. Heal their bodies. Heal them emotionally. Heal them financially. I pray. In Jesus' name. Bless KUFM. Bless our state. And I pray for everyone who's celebrating this month of February. Lord, you bless them. You bless their businesses. You bless their minds. You bless their bodies. Lord, this year that ends for them and also begins a new one, you give them, Lord, peace throughout this year. Prosperity on every side. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a blessed evening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Dr. Nusa, the host of Onboarding, the live show. I'm going to need your support to keep the show going. If you would love to help us stay on air, please call this number 080-5847-5402. You can issue a check in favor of Onboarding.